South Valley Show is Nathan Benich. This month's Nate welcomes Bill and Brenda Murphy of Gola Chance Winery, Fry's Open Golf Tournament, and catering chef Diana Gorton. And now, here's the host of the show, Nathan Benich.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Welcome to the South Valley Show. Nice to have you here. I need to tell everyone I had a dream last night. I live near Lake Anderson and dreamt that the dam broke. Yeah, it was pretty scary. Not only was I underwater, the whole city was underwater. Oh, wait a second. The city's already underwater. Just look at their books. Sorry, got a little confused. Oh, here you go. Speaking of the government, it's an election year, and the Gilroy Dispatch was addressing Proposition 19 in their opinion section. For those who don't know what Prop 19 is, the proposition, if passed, would legalize pot in the state of California. How many of you think that would be a good idea? Okay. How many of you would think that's a bad idea? Okay. Well, for me, I think that's a good idea. Get people high, they get the munchies, then they go out and buy stuff. You sell 1 million additional snacks a day. That's going to save our economy. Forget the budget cuts and tax hikes. Legalizing pot will solve everything. That's how you do it. Well, guys, speaking of proposition, Prop 22, if passed, would prohibit the state from borrowing local RDA funds to help pay for the state deficit. Really? Do you think that's a good idea? Robbing Peter to pay Paul? Sure, why not? I guess it doesn't matter where the money comes from. We're never going to get out of this money pit. Here you go. The local newspapers reported the assistant principal at Live Oak, Kim Lemos, got into a heated argument with her husband, Tim. Yeah, according to the police report, the heated argument turned into domestic violence when Kim stabbed her husband in the chest. Thank God, he's okay. Tim Lemos said that he didn't want to get his wife in trouble and that he didn't want to press charges. What are you doing? What do you mean you don't want to get your wife in trouble? You don't want to press charges? She's trying to murder you. I don't get it. Well, in the same article, the spokeswoman for District Attorney Amy Cornell said that she's not going to press charges against Mrs. Lemos because they determined that the facts of the case do not support a charge of assault with a deadly weapon. Really? Attacking someone with a knife doesn't qualify? Oh, maybe they're right. Maybe they should be attempted murder? What is going on with our schools today? Now we have Gary Dudley, principal at Jackson Elementary, resigning because of drop of test scores and 18 complaints filed against Gary for alleged sexual harassment and alleged verbal abuse toward the students. The article in the Morgan Hill Times didn't know why he was resigning. Well, could it be because of drop of test scores and 18 complaints filed against Gary for alleged sexual harassment and alleged verbal abuse toward the students? Do you think that could be it? Well, in the publication called Business Morgan Hill, there was a section entitled Managing Through the Employment Life Cycle. Well, it stated that in this age of rapidly changing employment laws, failure to understand the fundamentals of employment law and managerial philosophy can lead to disaster, including low morale, substandard productivity, and lawsuits. It's true. That's what the article said. We have the BP oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, consumer confidence is weak, and I can sue you if you look at me wrong. You're an American, you live in the United States, what's not to understand? I don't get it. Well, in the same publication, there was an article with the headline, Marketing, the Power of Press Releases. It said, first, you need to have news that's worth sharing. Oh, that's what press releases are for. I thought they were designed for me to inform you how to go to the bathroom. TMI. Let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, well, the Gilroy Dispatch made a top 10 things to do list for the Weekend Warrior. One of the items on the list was the annual Wine Harvest Festival at Gola Chance Winery. Pretty good idea, except that I think that the Gilroy Dispatch needs geography lessons because the winery is in San Martin, not Gilroy. Well, it looks like we'll be getting a high-speed train running through the South Valley. Yeah, it's true. According to the report in the Gilroy Dispatch, the California High-Speed Rail Authority had a unanimous 7-9 vote in favor of the project scheduled to launch in 2020. Oh, wait a second. Don't you need all 9 votes to make it unanimous? I thought that's how that worked. Well, folks, we have a great show this month. We'll be covering the Passport Weekend and speak with Bill and Brenda Murphy of Clos La Chance Winery. Yeah, we'll also be covering the first ever Fry's Open Golf Tournament at Cordoval. And last but not least, we'll be chatting with catering chef Diana Gerton. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be a great show. I absolutely love her food. We'll be going directly into her kitchen and seeing her at work. We'll be right back right after this.
When Fry's decided to sponsor a PGA Open, it was at the second best golf course in California, Cordoval, located in the South Valley. And the gold medal winner at the 2010 San Francisco wine competition wasn't from the Napa Valley, it was Solis Winery, located in the South Valley. Of course, the South Valley has a lot more to offer than touting the best golf or wine. Whether you're looking for shopping, festivals, parks, or a variety of restaurants, you won't need a special occasion to come visit the South Valley. All you need is an average day.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Brenda.
And we're the founders of the Clos La Chance Winery. Well, we actually started with a small backyard vineyard. We live not too far from here in Saratoga, and my previous life is not wine, it's high tech. So got the idea to put a small backyard vineyard in behind our home. And we live on the hillside, which is pretty typical of the country around here, and they get pretty brown and not necessarily attractive during the summer. And vineyards are beautiful things, and we put it in, to be honest with you, more from a landscaping standpoint. But once you've done that, you develop a certain pride of ownership. You put these puppies in when they're little babies and they grow up and they produce grapes. And you could sell the grapes, but you have this pride of ownership. So what we decided to do is start making wine, and made wine on a hobby basis. And we first started out with, I think the first year we got about 60 cases of wine, wasn't it?
60.
And that being slightly more than personal consumption. We started giving it away to folks, and they liked it. So we had to come up with a name, and the name is Clos La Chance. Clos means a small fenced-in area, which is this vineyard behind our home. La Chance is Brenda's maiden name.
So we kept it in the family.
So we put a deal together with the developers of Cordoval, which is the resort right next door. This goes back into the mid-90s, the latter part of the 90s. They wanted to build this golf resort and finally worked out an arrangement with Santa Clara County, which is the local jurisdiction here, to put the resort in, the golf course, but leave all this land in open space. And part of the open space had to be dedicated to agriculture, and part of the agriculture had to be grapevines. As it turns out, this is an historic grape-growing area. As the missionaries came north, they planted vines all the way through these valleys. So prior to Prohibition, this valley actually had grapes in it. So it's a great place to grow grapes. They had this condition on their use permit. We could come in and install the vineyards for them. And then came up with the idea we'd like to actually put a winery on the property. They love that idea. It's a real great amenity to the members and for the community. And so that was actually done in 1998, 1999. The vineyard was installed in 1999 and 2000. And we opened this facility in May of 2002. Okay, the winemaking process. The only way to make great wine is to start with great grapes. You can make lousy wine out of great grapes. You can screw it up, but you can't make great wine out of lousy grapes. I don't care how good a winemaker you are. So the key to a high quality wine is in the vineyard. And this is a great place to grow grapes. We have hot sunny days, we have cool nights. There are a few places in the world where you can do this. Northern California, the California coast, is one of them. So we get the marine influence here in the evening. We get nice warm sunny days like today, and it gets chilly at night. And I liken it that the grapes work real hard during the day, then they slow down. It allows them to mature and ripen over a longer period of time, to develop the flavors, slowly grow the sugars, get the acid that you want in a high quality wine. You can grow grapes in the Central Valley. It's too hot. They'll grow, but they're not going to give you this kind of world-class quality. So you start with grapes. And we have 150 acres here. And again, it's an ideal place to grow world-class wine grapes. And then you have to have a facility that has the proper equipment to do the job the right way. And that's what we did when we built this facility. We have state-of-the-art equipment in terms of computer controls of our tanks, processing facilities, keep track of all the different lots of grapes that come in, all the way through the sorting and the crushing of the grapes, to the fermentation, to the bottling and reaching the consumer. And maybe the most important part is the team. You need great people to do this that are not only highly talented and educated, but they're highly motivated. And I liken it to wine literally and figuratively gets in your blood. And when it does, our team in the vineyard and the winery, quite frankly, they could probably make a lot more money in other fields. If they were in high tech in Silicon Valley, they'd probably make a lot more money, but they are passionate about growing great grapes and making great wine. And that's what they do. So if you have a great team and you have a vineyard and the facility, you can make high quality wine.
I think it's probably the weather, mostly the weather. I mean, we have the cool nights and then the hot days. I mean, the variation in the temperature can be 40 degrees some days. It's amazing. And I think that I think is the thing that helps us the most.
Yeah, that's...
Anything with the soil?
Well,
Well, in the soil too. I mean, the terroir, everything is all in one, but it's just...
yeah, the French talk about terroir.
terroir.
But the thing about the soil, and Brenda's right, it's the climate that's key. Because the soil, clearly it's important. But there's things we can do about the soil. We can amend it before we plant the vines. We can irrigate it. We can fertilize it. There's nothing we can do about the weather. And hot sunny days, cool nights, not too hot, not too cold, is exactly what you want. And this 40-degree difference is huge, because that speeds them up during the day and then slows them down at night, gives it a long ripening that you want for high-quality fruit. The Santa Cruz Mountain area, which is where we are, is a great place to grow grapes. It also has lots of microclimates. So over here, we're on the bay side of the Santa Cruz Mountains. It tends to be warmer, which is ideal for warmer weather varietals. Bordeaux, like Cabernet, Merlot, Sauvignon Blanc, Rhone varietals like Syrah, Grenache, or Viognier, and real heat seekers, grapes that like a lot of heat, like Zinfandel. It would be too warm over here for Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, which is a Burgundy, and it likes cooler weather. Those varietals do much better a little higher in the mountains, a little closer to the ocean. So in this general area, we can grow all those varietals. You just can't do it in exactly the same spot. So this spot here we think is ideal for Bordeaux and Rhones, which is why we have a lot of Cabernet, a lot of Viognier, Syrah planted in this vineyard.
We do a lot of weddings here. That's obviously our biggest event. And we've done them, you know, as small as 30 up to 300. So we can do, you know, 300 seems to be our max. But we do probably 45, 50 weddings a year. And our season is just, you know, during the summer. We do very few weddings during the winter because we have to really utilize the outside. So that's probably those are our biggest events. And
But
then,
they're obviously,
yeah.
unless you'd like to crash the wedding, they're
Yeah.
not open to the
Right,
public.
right.
I'm a wedding crasher.
Ever since that movie a long time ago.
Yeah. But we've been very successful with Time for Wine on Thursday nights during the summer, where we have music every Thursday night. We have people bring their own food. We don't do the food. They bring their own food, and they just buy wine, and they sit out here, listen to the music, and so that's really successful. Oh, it's just great for the South Valley because it gets everybody down here, and there's quite
Right.
a few wineries now that do partake in Passport. And what they do is they buy a ticket, and you get to go to all the different wineries. And I'm not sure if they do a book, because we also
Yeah,
I
you
think
you
they
stamp
the
the book.
I think that's how
It's
they
a
do
passport.
It. It's a
Yeah,
passport.
it's a passport.
But you know, Santa Cruz has one as well, and they sometimes it's a glass, but this time it's a book where they stamp. And every winery does something special. Sometimes we have music, or there's barbecues, or there's just all kinds of stuff going on. We do tours, we do special tastings, and of course they don't pay for tasting. You know, that's part of their passport. So it's a fun event. We get a lot of people. We're
Yeah.
amazed how many people we get.
And as you said,
And it's growing. Every time we have a passport, it's bigger. So people are starting to recognize, gee, you know, you come down here and there's quite a few wineries just in this immediate area.
you don't have to go to
You
Napa.
don't have to go all the way to Napa.
It's a lot easier to get here, and quite frankly, we think it's
Right.
as nice, if not nicer.
And not as crowded.
You know, thank you, Brenda and Bill, for being on the show. We really appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure. Good luck.
When Fry's decided to sponsor a PGA Open, it was at the second best golf course in California, Cordoval, located in the South Valley. And the gold medal winner at the 2010 San Francisco wine competition wasn't from the Napa Valley, it was Solis Winery, located in the South Valley. Of course, the South Valley has a lot more to offer than tallying the best golf or wine. Whether you're looking for shopping, festivals, parks, or a variety of restaurants, you won't need a special occasion to come visit the South Valley. All you need is an average day.
Welcome back. I'm sitting in front of the entrance to the world-renowned Cordoval Golf Club in San Martin, California, which also happens to be home of PGA Tour's annual Fry's Open Golf Tournament. This year, the tournament takes place October 11th through the 17th. Last year's tournament, Troy Madison edged past Ricky Fowler and Jamie Lovemark in a three-man sudden-death playoff to take title and walk off the course with a check for $900,000. Cordoval was designed by Robert Trent Jones Jr. that is situated on 270 pristine acres of gently rolling terrain that makes for a breathtaking venue for golf. In fact, Cordoval constantly ranks as one of the top courses in the state of California by numerous publications. I went and asked some of the people and what this event meant to them and to the South Valley. Here's what they had to say.
Hi, I'm Ken Fells, and I'm a local resident. I live in Morgan Hill. Proud of that, and I'm also a part-time golfer, as in I play a couple of times a month. I'm a hacker, and so do enjoy the sport. And so to have Fry's come to the local area is just lots of fun. Just as a spectator, I not only spectate sometimes live venues like that, I also record every PGA tournament that's on, and so I just enjoy also watching. As a business person in town, I can see a real advantage for the Fry's coming to us locally. It's just loads of fun. The businesses will be impacted. I own a business in town. Mine won't be so much, but the restaurants and hotels, the local retail stores certainly will get a boost economically because they're here. Personally, I just enjoy watching golfers do what I simply cannot do, and that's be precise on the course. And so I'm in awe when I watch it all. And so I'm excited about having them here.
Okay. The Fry's Open Golf Tournament at Cordoval is an amazing opportunity for downtown Morgan Hill. I'm Brad Jones, and we have Booksmart, which has been here in town for almost 20 years now. And we are really looking forward to the tournament. We think it'll bring a whole new light to Morgan Hill. People will get a chance to see Morgan Hill for what a wonderful community it is, and we'll have an influx of people from around the area that have never been to Morgan Hill before. It'll be a great opportunity for us to show them what we have in the way of stores and restaurants and just the outdoor beauty. Morgan Hill is a gorgeous place, and it's also friendly, and I think people will appreciate the friendliness of the small community. And being so close to San Jose, it's been...
Hey Nathan, I'm Marlene Mooney. I'm a mom here at Morgan Hill, and I attend Gavilan College. And I'm actually volunteering for the golf tournament. And I think it's just going to be fabulous. I think it's a great economic boon to this community. The restaurants, the hotels, everybody's going to benefit from it. It's just going to... Morgan Hill's just a little diamond in the rough. People don't realize all the great things we have here. We have dozens of wineries around us. We're kind of a little mini Napa Valley. We have great climate, nice people. It's a great family town. And it's going to be a fabulous golf course, Cordoval.
I'm George Briones. I'm the Executive Director of the Morgan Hill Downtown Association. And I honestly believe that having the Fry's.com golf tournament come here to South County is just a huge benefit for downtown Morgan Hill and for the entire community. Thousands of people coming in for a week to see world-class athletes at a world-class facility that we have right here in our backyard doesn't really get much better than that. quite honestly, for us in downtown, it ties in perfectly because we have the third year of it's the California Autumn Classic British Sports Car Concourse event. And so on that Sunday, when the golf tournament's wrapping up, we hope to see lots of those visitors that came for the golf tournament to stop into downtown Morgan Hill and take a look at some beautiful classic cars and stop into the restaurants and stop at the shops. Again, with the golf tournament going on for that week, it's bringing a lot of visitors that stay overnight, and they'll be able to visit our restaurants, see what downtown Morgan Hill really has to offer. We think it's great, and we're really excited about the golf tournament coming to South County.
If you're in the South Valley area, this is one tournament you don't want to miss, considering the fact that it will have a $5 million purse just waiting to be won. So make sure you come down and check out the fabulous golf action at Coeur d'Ivoire this month. You'll be glad you did. We'll be right back right after this.
When Fry's decided to sponsor a PGA Open, it was at the second best golf course in California, Coeur d'Ivoire, located in the South Valley. And the gold medal winner at the 2010 San Francisco wine competition wasn't from the Napa Valley, it was Solis Winery, located in the South Valley. Of course, the South Valley has a lot more to offer than touting the best golf or wine. Whether you're looking for shopping, festivals, parks, or a variety of restaurants, you won't need a special occasion to come visit the South Valley. All you need is an average day.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Diana Girton, catered by Diana, and here at the South Valley Show, we thought it would be appropriate to have a food segment that is themed around the fall season. Welcome, Diana. Thanks for being on the show.
Hi, Nate. Thank you for having me.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself for our viewers.
Sure. I'm a culinary graduate from Johnson & Wales in Providence, Rhode Island. I've worked in restaurants, hotels, conference centers, and now I've been doing the catering for a number of years.
Terrific. So what would you say is your favorite part about being a caterer here in the South Valley?
Being part of the community for a number of years now, I'm invited to share in people's celebrations. And that's where we are able to provide food that helps create memorable experiences for them.
Great. So I'm looking at a variety of ingredients here, so why don't you go ahead and walk us through what the game plan is for today?
Certainly. Well, we've chosen apples as our featured ingredient for today. We have an apple sangria, and then we have some ingredients that you'll find in most people's kitchens these days. And with the spinach, we're going to incorporate everything into a warm spinach salad. Great. Okay, so we're going to start with our apples and get them sliced.
Does it matter which type of apples you use, or just any personal preference apples?
It's a lot of personal preference, but some do hold up better to cooking. I've chosen to use some Granny Smith and some Fuji.
Okay.
And that's just both for color and taste.
Okay.
One's a little more tart than the other. So we're going to leave these a little chunky, because we are going to saute them briefly.
And when you saute them, they'll shrink a little bit?
Not so much, but we'll just get a little heat in them, soften them slightly.
Okay.
We still want to keep that crunch.
That crunch,
So
okay.
We'll just get a little olive oil in the pan.
I love that sizzle. You know you're really cooking when you hear that sizzle. It's just fantastic. I absolutely love that.
Basically, we just want to get those started. And the spinach is very, very quick. Just take our fresh spinach, and this wilts down considerably, so
Just get those big handfuls.
feel free to use a lot.
Don't be shy. Do not be shy on this. Want to shift over real quick while you're cooking that?
A little bit. And if you
Okay.
could hand me the dressing here.
Okay. What kind of dressing do
Actually,
we
you know
have here?
what? This is a molasses vinaigrette.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's sweet and tangy, and it's perfect for the season. If you want to just stir it up and give it
okay.
a ladle around.
It smells
That
good
will-
already.
that
And we
will-
just started. Can't wait to actually taste it.
One more.
One more? Okay.
Perfect. And that's just going to help that spinach wilt right down.
Terrific. Just stir all that up. Wow. That smells delicious already.
And it doesn't need to be completely wilted.
Okay.
It will
Get a
finish
nice
off a
plate
little
there.
bit more, so we will grab our plates. Gather
Now, what type of heat are you using here?
Well, we're on gas and medium high.
Medium high?
You
Okay.
definitely want the pan good and hot
Okay.
so that the ingredients will start cooking right away.
Okay.
The spinach is so fast, as you can see. I mean, you saw what we put in there.
That was like a minute.
And that's it. That's all it takes. So decorate with some of our ingredients. We went pretty heavy on the apples here, but
I personally love apples, so don't feel too bad on that part.
use what we need here. Okay. And then we have our roasted chicken breast. And if this is something that you have left over, you don't have to. Doesn't need to be warm. You can just pull it from the refrigerator. Pull it. Make very nice entree salad.
Okay.
And with a simple garnish of some toasted walnuts.
Okay. Those are just straight toasted walnuts. They're not marinated or any coatings or
They're
anything
a
like
little
that.
sugared.
A little sugar. Okay.
A little sugared.
Okay. And these are cranberries.
These are
It
the
looks
dried
like.
cranberries.
Okay.
Add a little bit of sweetness, and then we have some crumbled blue cheese.
Blue cheese, not gorgonzola.
It's your choice.
Personal preference.
Personal preference.
Fair enough. So you have a few options as you're cooking. Blue cheese, gorgonzola. You make the call.
That with a hearty wedge of sourdough, and you're a nice light dinner entree.
Wow. Do you have a fork? We can just dive in there and taste it?
Certainly.
Okay, great. Well, this looks fabulous, everyone, and seems like this is very fall with all the different colors with the apples, the cranberries, and things like that. Bread, spinach. Can't wait to taste this. So let's take a look here.
Just pull the plate over here.
Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good.
There you go.
Let's take a look here. Terrific. Oh, so good. Excuse me. That was great. That was absolutely great. So Diana, what are we going to be having for beverage today?
Well, here we have an apple sangria, which is essentially a fruit-infused wine. And we've chosen to use Honeycrisp apples, red wine, oranges, and cinnamon.
Terrific. Well, let's go ahead and dive right in there and taste it.
So we're going to fill the glass most of the way,
Okay.
and then we're going to just top it with a little club soda or mineral water.
Okay.
I want to give it a little effervescence.
Okay. Terrific. Well, let's go ahead and check this out.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good. Well, it looks like that's all the time we have. I'd like to thank all of my guests, Bill and Brenda Murphy at Clovis Winery, the guests at Cordoval Golf Club, and Diana Gerton of Catered by Diana. Remember, Passport Weekend happens October 2nd and 3rd throughout the wineries of the South Valley, and the Prize Open Golf Tournament happens October 11th through the 17th at Cordoval. For more information, check us out on the web at visitsouthvalley.com. Thanks for joining us here at the South Valley Show. I'm your host, Nathan Benich. We'll see you all next month. Bye-bye!